Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far, and as we await further confirmations here in this crazy roster mania period, but also the Vanguard PC beta in a few days time, there's been a fair bit of reaction to the state of the game right now, and also a fair bit of concern about the game modes we might be playing in next year's title. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Really up to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, this from Yeez. We don't really know what's going on with Florida right now. So far we've had Los Angeles Thieves, we've had LAG, we've had Minnesota Rokkr confirm they're sticking together for this upcoming season. Outside of that, not really too much. Florida in a weird spot because Sky's awakening. I thought they'd make some sort of moves here. Neptune rumored to be going to New York right now, and he's kind of sitting there on the sub bench for the last couple of months of the Cold War season. Now thinking, okay, what exactly is going to go on here? Is he going to get a shot in the starting team with DaftPaddy also linked? Kind of strange what's going on with Florida right now, but it will certainly, of course, remains to be seen over these coming days. Thanks to those of you who pointed this out to me as well from Aqua. Just a couple of days ago, we looked at the fact that he changed his bio to say former professional Call of Duty player. Now it just says once again professional Call of Duty player. So does this mean he's got a spot somewhere? Does it mean he's still looking to continue on competing in challenges or whatever? Will come what may, right? I suppose in the upcoming couple of seasons. But yeah, lots could still change throughout this offseason. Of course, on the Paris Legion last year, we don't know what they're doing as an organization or the team that they are trying to field outside of that. But yeah, many thoughts I'm sure to keep your eyes on. This then from Parasite, right? So lots of talk about this, of course, Vanguard beta. This came out these last few days, and it will reaction to it from some of the professional players. This is Parasite's thoughts on the matter. Sprint out times and ADS times super slow, means that you can't really run around the map and, just like take gunfights very briefly. Like you have to be, well, you have to set up shop basically if you want to win gunfights in this game. Grenade and tactical throw time discrepancy is too large, speed up the throw time on the lethals. And then this is one of the really interesting ones to me. Visibility when shooting and weather effects need work. Like why do weather effects even need to be a thing? But whatever. Screen distortion is crazy. Lol, let's Sledgehammer game. So this is a clip I'll share for you guys real quick from Exclusive Ace, where he's talking about what you can see on screen right here. Using the machine pistol in combination with this kind of like the visibility when shooting, maybe in some of the combination with the weather stuff that's going on. Like, well, you can see the character that he's shooting at completely distorts to the point where you have no idea what you're even shooting at. No idea why this is an effect, and well, Ace seems to think a similar thing.
Impact the gunfight. But like I said, this isn't my big issue with the situation here. My big issue is the moment I start firing the gun. Look at the amount of distortion that happens while firing this gun. What am I supposed to do with this information? How am I supposed to adjust my aim? How am I supposed to control my recoil to make sure I'm staying on target when my target literally looks like this? This makes absolutely zero sense in a PvP environment. And this doesn't appear to be an accident. This doesn't appear to be just like a performance issue with the game. This is pretty clearly an intentional visual effect that they've added to the gun. And it's not just present on the machine pistol. We also see it a little bit in the STG screenshot I showed earlier. If you look at the tire of the truck, that's also distorted quite a bit. But in either case, this particular effect, in my opinion, has zero place in a multiplayer PvP environment.
So some reaction to this continue to add a CDR beam says the sprint to fire time is awful, no chance of getting to anyone hard peeking, but Arcitys says look straight up stop sprinting, right? Which does raise an interesting question for what this year's title is going to be like in terms of do you have to play it very, very methodically, right? Because if you just run into gunfights, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. Now, of course, Arcitys, I suppose, is pretty happy about that as an assault rifle player, whereas this past season you can kind of run around, do what you want with the 74U and absolutely smoke people. And well, as Parasite continues not walking, or sorry, well, he says bot walking is meta. That's what he was trying to say right here. So bot walking around the map just like an absolute bot effectively is actually the way to go. If you hit your sprint button and a guy comes around the corner aiming, you have a better chance of meeting Jesus than getting the kill, let alone maybe a bullet on him. So yeah, the sprint to fire time, not exactly what you want. And I mean, of course, the time to kill is relatively quick as well. So from a few perspectives, it's difficult to run around the map and play a successful rushing style, it seems, in this game. Whether they're going to change that, I don't really know. At the end of the day, it's that kind of mechanic where if you set up shop in a window, like, that can actually be the best playstyle in the game, and that seems to be what they're going for a lot of the time, right, to cater to the more casual, newer players, making it easier for you to set up shop and not getting destroyed by someone coming out of sprint, which might be kind of frustrating for some newer players sitting in a window. And of course, they up the footstep volume or whatever, so they can hear someone coming up behind them. Incredible skill in this title, as it seems it's going to be Modern Warfare 2.0, but of course, what does that mean for what the game mode modes are going to be in this year. That is the big question that Envoy was raising a couple of days ago. So this is a gameplay using the STG here on that Red Star map or whatever it is. It kind of looks like Armada Strike, but also it's jungle on the other side of things. And he's playing the game mode called Patrol. And he's talking kind of interestingly about the possibility of Patrol being the third game mode for the CDL this year, but also some concern from his side that, do they even want this to replace Hardpoint, right? Do they even think that maybe this game mode Patrol, which is very similar to Hardpoint in many ways, as you can see on screen here in just a couple of seconds, that do they actually want that to just replace Hardpoint and then have another third game mode?
Instead of Kill Confirmed, we are playing Patrol, which Patrol is a new game mode. It's just like Hardpoint, except for, as you'll see, the Hardpoint basically moves through the map on like a trail of its own. Kind of a cool concept. I wonder if we're going to play it in comp this year. I could potentially see it be a third game mode. Hopefully not a permanent replacement for Hardpoint, but definitely be a switch up, because every year it seems we have a different third game mode, and the developers keep coming out with new stuff. I mean, at first it was Uplink, then it's Patrol. Maybe Patrol is the new thing. Who knows? You guys comment down below of what game mode you think is going to be third this year. Maybe there's even CTF in the game that they want us to play, just like World War II competitive. But yeah, so far nothing too much is happening. I'm just like pushed out on the map, trying to slay out. They are spawning super far away.
Recon sweeping the sector.
This is kind of what Clayster was talking about then a few days ago when they did that multiplayer reveal. Like, I swear to God, if they don't have Hardpoint to launch, I'm a damn near lose full. Because, of course, it seems like Hardpoint was talked about and it seems like it's on the way. But still, some concern from Clayster and maybe Envoy thinking about it as well. Like, I hope it's not a replacement for Hardpoint. I hope that's not the idea that Sledgehammer had for us. Because quite often these developers like to throw something new into the mix. Now, I would like it personally just to flip between either CTF control. I think that bringing back Uplink would be pretty cool if it's possible to do that. People always talk about having like a ramp up to the portal like we used to do in the jetpack era, but now on boots on the ground, or have like a trampoline under the portal or something, so you could do like 2 point dunk, or just a 1 point throw. I think it was fantastic. But the last couple of titles, it's been Capture the Flag, it's been of course Control it last year, and then before that we had Domination. And this is the hope for me that they don't decide to go back down the Domination route. I think that'd be very frustrating indeed. Capture the Flag and Control are probably better, and to be fair, I have talked to the praise of Capture the Flag to some degree, just because the center says right here, I hope the Vanguard's game mode competitive are Hardpoint CTF and Search and Destroy. So Hardpoint S&D should be staples, and then that third game mode is kind of where you want a nice little middle ground between like some sort of respawn delay, but also still relatively fast paced frenetic action at times that it has its moments. That's why I think CTF can be good, and Control is also good because it's a nice middle ground. I think also Control is very easy for new players to get into because there's like a live limit, right? You get 30 lives per team, so as a very new player, it kind of makes sense, right? You either get rid of both the points, or you like kill all the lives of the other squad. Like, it kind of makes sense. It's kind of a TDM hybrid in that way, but also it means that it's less like absolute chaos like Hardpoint can be, but also kind of a middle ground between Hardpoint and Surge. That's where I think the third game mode should be. I wonder if this Patrol game mode would be kind of too fast paced for it to be the third map in the series, I guess, but you've got to consider the Control question as well, because these developers seem to have a thing about like not bringing back game modes that have done well in previous titles. So the only game modes who've had Control in so far has been the Treyarch titles, Black Ops 4 and then Black Ops Cold War. And to be fair, we haven't had a Sledgehammer game since World War II, so we haven't really seen if they're going to bring back Control, but maybe they're not even interested in bringing back Control. Now, we do have 16 6v6, public match maps, which are going to become, I imagine, 16 4v4 competitive maps. Now, how many of those actually get played? That is the question mark. To me, Capture the Flag very much needs, a good set of maps. We saw in World War II there were some decent maps, like I think Ardennes Forest actually played not too bad, but it wasn't great. People just camped to the back. Flak Tower, there was London Docks as well that were played in that title. And as TJHaLy says earlier this year, Garrison Control equals London Dock CTF. Both are absolutely horrendous, right? So not necessarily liking Control in his previous Cold War title, but also CTF back in World War II. Bit of a question mark. But as TJ says right at the start of Cold War, CTF in this game would be godlike CTF. It's better than Control. So the pros are kind of split on the matter, whether they want to keep Control, whether they want to go back to CTF, whether they want to see another game mode come into the fray. Because this, of course, is the talk. Domination question mark like that would be an absolute disaster, I think. One of the real frustrating things with domination is that, like, not only is it so boring 90% of the time, but one team has pretty much already won the game, so early in the game, right? Let's just think about it from that perspective. If one team gets onto a good start, it's like, okay, this is probably chalked. The amount of times during Modern Warfare I would just straight up tune out during Game 3, it was honestly tragic. So Control coming back, I think this past year was great. I think CTF could also work maybe in this title if there were some good maps for it. I don't really know what they're going to do with Uplink, but are they considering, right, as they sometimes do, like when Control was initially introduced, it was kind of a question mark, right? You know, is this going to be better than CTF? Like, what are we going to do about that? Are they thinking this Patrol game mode could potentially be the new version or the new Game 3 or something? It's kind of strange. I have no idea what the spawns will be like. I'm sure the spawns will be absolute chaos on something like Patrol, when like the Hardpoint is moving through the middle of the map. Like, it'd be so hard to lock it down. Like, I guess it follows the same path every single time. I'm not really even sure about that though, to be honest. So there's serious question marks about what this game would look like going forward. I don't know if you guys are concerned about this, what your thoughts are, and what the third game mode should be. And with the Envoy in place, are correct to be somewhat concerned that it could replace Hardpoint entirely. Wanted to mention this for you guys real quick, because as Kevy Skill said, hear me out. Scump and Formal podcast, the time to podcast, you know, talking up memories, Dashy, all this type of good stuff. And Scump and Formal seem kind of down 60-40 splits, and we are famous. You got yourself a deal, says Scump. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. If this does indeed happen, it'd be really cool to see. I think Formal's been such a revelation really to their content game of OpTic Chicago this past year. Maybe it will continue on with this podcast that may be coming in the relatively near future. And just to finish off with this, of course, Black Ops 2 World Champion Adam Killersloss spotted right here on Snapchat, and as Bo says, you know, I go on someone's story and look what I see. It's Adam Killersloss back in the building, baby. The inaugural world champ. Yeah, he does it all. But yeah, very much intriguing your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube bucket. I know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you much as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.